Will that slipper fit? Let's find out. Here's your maps. Moving on Sainte Marie de Mont twice in a row. And then we're moving on. And here we go, Phil. This is it. Lower bracket final. Any minute now, the first of a possible 5-chapter novella will be written here. And at the end of it, we're going to have a winner. And they'll be meeting Rise in the grand final. Here we go. Hard points our first match. Red versus LG. Let's kick this one off with the boys from Red. They picked it. Be it on their heads, win, lose, or draw. This is Joe kicking things off for our Red.
Well, there'll be no draw in here. We're going to define a victor. And Zero and Joe and Octane also kicking things off. Red Reserve, I do want to point out, have been very, very strong on Gibraltar, and that is obviously the reason why they're picking them. We saw, obviously, previously, they've kind of always opted to kind of have this map in the rotation if they can do. They've been very good at the rotations. They're very good at the streak usage. But for me, I am going to be looking at your typical Octane, see what it can produce here. He's currently sat 3-0 and working towards those streaks. He's of course nearly halfway there. Yeah,
3 in a row for him. It's a good way to start this one off. Again, Red getting the time. But we now have Luminosity getting back into the restaurant there. Final 10 seconds. You can see the rotations already going over for Red. But Octane, oh, he may just be able to nip this one in the bud. He does have Slack backing him up as well. And here's the push forward. Zero tagged. They want to get those kills. You can see Joe lying in wait to the left. This is going to be a big play. They need to get in here fast and get in here quickly because those points are quickly going to be accumulating for Red Reserve.
It's a really nice position from Luminosity. They don't have the control just yet, but if the kills come in, we can see Red Reserve spawn a hell of a far away now, and Rated Finds 2 will be shut down as we see the kill feed light up blue. But Josh, he does put 2 to bed and is going to continue to get these points. That's a really big play from Josh as he finds 3. Will find his 4th kill streak, but John denies him of anything more. With 30 seconds left, we're seeing those red arrows divert to the parking lot a little bit here. But I actually think they've done a very, very good job of just keeping Luminosity at bay. That could have been a full 50, 60 seconds.
So far, so good for Red Reserve. Luminosity now back on the offensive. Octane's first death was only a moment ago, and he's now got streaks to work with. JCap surging forward. Slack now. Again, trying to get top restaurant. Hoping to catch those players as they make their way across towards parking lot, and he may be able to find one, but Joe dives behind the truck, making his way forward. Slack slowly but surely. He's going to try and back his teammates up as they push on through mid-street. And he's going to get naded for his trouble too from Joe there, and Joe's still alive. Glide bomb from Octane that he acquired earlier. It's going to meet Joe, put him under. Red about to take the lead here, and Octane continuing this dominance. 8-1 currently for him. Streaks early on, still reaping the rewards of those guys. And there's a Slack trying to make his way around. Josh holding that truck through mid very well. But now with the first line of defense down, the hard point is all but stands in their way. Slack straight on through, shots in. That's a little bit of help from JCap in the back, and already Luminosity looking a little fiery in this one as they can try and take the lead.
And when has Luminosity had the top slayer being JCap so consistent? This event has been instrumental for him. And Luminosity in general, we're going to see things tied up 54 apiece here. I'm actually really surprised Red Reserve were actually back to be able to break that once again. But they're going to get that scrap time. We're heading over to the lookout post. Do remember, that fighter pilot is still in the hands of Octane. He was sat at 8-1, now sits at 8-4, but this could be the opening that LG do need.
Will the skies be clear? Will Octane be able to pick up a couple with those? And again, these hard points are well open. Not a lot of cover here, especially there on the lookout tower. Rated holding on. See those members of LG charging through. Oh, Joe on the back end. He actually managed to pick up that kill on Slack. That's very, very important stuff. Not to be flanked. All 4 members now of LG spawning parking lot side. They're going to be making their way through the street. And it looks like we've only got 2 members of Red in position to slow that one down. And here comes Slack. Octane's fire pilot. Didn't really do much with that, but again, more than anything, kind of just scared the members of Red. They had to duck their head there, Momo.
Yeah, they had to dip out. They had to stop getting points there. But really, that's a win for Red Reserve. They've invested both their fighter pilot, they've invested their glide bomb. Nothing's come of it. And now we're going to see a fighter pilot in the hands of Red Reserve. The rotation is nearly done. There's 12 seconds left here, and it looks like Luminosity are going to scoop them up for themselves here. We're going to get a little bit of a closer game, but Red Reserve, they're already focused on this restaurant.
Oh, John, trying his best. Josh getting 2 there. Slack picking up the slack. Doing what he can now. 9-13 for him. 14-14 for JCap. Get a great start, but he slowed down just a little bit, and that's partly in kind to Josh and Zero. Both put up a tremendous amount of kills together. Slack and Octane working great in mid there, and the restaurant has now come alive. And there's a table waiting downstairs for Luminosity if they can have it. Red, though, they got a reservation, and they're on their way in, Phil.
Yeah, and Luminosity, they're starting to cook up something nice here. 75 seconds, and they're pushing out here. They're starting to get aggressive, but Rayton and Josh as well. Dropping down, mission impossible from Slack there, but they'll kill feed again, all red. And every time I think Luminosity's got a beautiful hold. Red Reserve just punched straight through it. And in fact, look at the spawns now. There is one player, and it's going to be John who's lingering around here at Winery, but this favors Red Reserve again.
Yeah, every time we seem to see a bit of a surge from Luminosity, all of a sudden you get 3 kills out of Red. It seems to be a bit of a trend now. This is John at the back.
I don't think they know he's here as well, because they got the good spawn. They just were kind of oblivious to it. They're going to know very shortly. Azira's going to feel the brute force of him from the side. And John not finds one. He's going to find the second. Not going to be able to finish him off as Slack comes to the rescue. But this time, the tables have turned, and Red Reserve do have the spawns. And now Zero finds Slack. He puts in one shot, and Raid is going to finish him off. Can he find the second? No, he can't. John back and forth. These two teams, top caliber teams here. Well, Red Reserve, they have the better of Luminosity right now, and they are cooking up. 22 and 15, Zero. We saw him struggle in the previous series. He looks like he's having some fun here on the main stage, Miles.
Oh, he is indeed. Zero, 23 and 16, 137 now and climbing for Red Reserve. Things are looking up. Luminosity still on the back foot, and you can see aggressive plays across the map. Josh is the only person forward there in Winery lot, and as you can see, LG with the favorable spawns going to take over the Winery lot, and they're pushing forward through field towards that lookout tower. You can see this is rated, hoping to hold on here. John's coming around the corner, 2 of them jumping over the top and absolutely dacking him there. Trousers on the ground, and he's out of it. Josh going through mid now. He's looking out for those players wrapping around, and you can see the favorable spawn there for Rated. He's back in the game, and he's going to be able to hold off these players as they make their way towards parking lot. Almost 50 points separating these teams, and that's a massive win from John. The push continues. Josh also trying to slow the charge, and this is a big way to do it. Clear skies ahead. Air traffic control has got this one through, and you can see shots in. However, Slacked and John sit in their back house. They're not going to get hit by this at all, and Rated has to go in there and flush them out.
Yeah, and actually, ironically, Slack does kill Josh, who was in that fighter pilot. He's going to spawn out now. These couple of kills are crucial, and it's all red. Joe and Rated find them. Zero gets in the mix. Josh is going to be coming through middle, but Slack, my friend, you are going to spawn at the back. You are going to be favored. And do you know what? That was deservedly so, because it was the initial kills that he got that got them that spawn. However, Red Reserve, they're holding tight. There's only 15 seconds. We're going back to that lookout post. This time, though, Red Reserve, they're going to be leading by over a minute and a half, I believe.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, we saw Zero actually just on a 6-kill streak, and he's sitting at 29 and 17 right now, so big work from him. Joe with a lovely 2-piece. Zero they're taken down. He's actually got a fighter pilot to work with. That's going to come in handy now at the lookout post. This just flipped over. Luminosity currently in control, but for how long? Streaks to work with for Red. They've got to do a big bit of work here to hold on to this one, and this is it. That Thunderbolt from up above. JCap out in the open with Mountain on, unable to get the kill, finds 2, and he's tagged up JCap enough, and that's going to give the team the information they need to get in there. So with Joe grabbing this one, and there he is, Rated cleans up JCap. So now the push from Luminosity to get back into this one. 200 points just passed for Red.
And I love that, the way Raiden and Josh kind of spawn up, and every arrow turns around. The communication is flowing here for Red Reserve. But Luminosity, what do they need to do to get back into it? They need to start stringing a couple of kills together, and Cap and Slacked are the ones to do that. Can they get this rolling? They're 80 points down, and maybe JCap, the player which has been slaying so well, he's having a bit of a turn for the worse as Rated stabs him in the back. And now pushing forward. We're going back to the restaurant. The third rotation is upon us, and still Red Reserve are leading.
Red, the subbies are red. Joe, Josh, Zero going huge. Rated doing the best he can. 208 now to 138 climbing now. We do have LG in control for now, but again, JCap's got to do a lot of work. Here come Red. 1 kill on the outside there, but Octane from up top still raining from above. That power position on the top floor of the restaurant. Zero's taken care of there. That lovely little bit of hit and run. Octane teetering on the brink of death, manages to find that kill, and here we go. Still pushing forward. They've got to get back into the fight as quickly as they can. Their teammates are about to be overrun here in the restaurant, and it's only Slacked holding that back door. Beautiful work. Takes Zero as well. That's wonderful stuff. You can see them spawning out back again. There's a bit of a flank happening now in the restaurant. Rated, big heads-up play, and those kills have netted him streaks.
Yep, it's a 5-kill streak. He pushes around the back, and he says hello to a glide bomb and a fighter pilot. He's unfortunately for him not going to get that third and final streak, but Octane is chopping him down, and Josh and John exchange blows at the front door and punch through the restaurant here with 9 seconds. Again, Miles, I've got to reiterate this. The spawns, the rotations, Red Reserve have just been one step ahead time and time again.
Here we are. Still, oh boy, Ginger Joe getting streaks as well. Shout out to the Kurzweil man, they're massive there. Josh Stout pushing forward. Zero still slaying his heart out. Rated picking up kills. Zero continues the run. Luminosity 167 is getting a little dire for them now. Look at the defensive line. Zero standing in the middle of the street, and that glide bomb, potentially 2. A big kill there on John. Rated hanging in here on the top-hand side. He's going to be able to pick up these players as they march into the cannons, into the guns of Red. Minutes away now, seconds away even, if you can see the win happen, and Red Reserve in a commanding fashion take map number 1.
Yeah, cool, calm, and collected there on the main stage here. Red Reserve, that's the 21st map they've played today. And they've been beating teams, sweeping them aside. FaZe, Green Wall, everything in their way. The back-to-back champions. The ones next is Luminosity. They're 1-0 up in the series. And St. Marie, they see themselves obviously taking that. They picked that map. I will say, heavily outslayed Luminosity. It's rare you will say that. They out-rotated Luminosity. It's rare you will say that. Red Reserve, I don't know what it is today that they've started to click or find, but it is working. Do not let it go. Luminosity, though, they need to dig deep here. They need to find something, Miles.
This is a big pick now for Luminosity. They've got to choose the S&D map now. It's their chance to level out the series and get back into this one, and it's a tough call. The momentum swing, I mean, it's no joke. They've been playing a lot of COD. 20 maps, you said? 21?
That was the 21st map.
That's a lot of COD in a single day, and the fatigue doesn't seem to be there. If anything, they're hotter and hotter, and this is like the end of a big gaming session when your fingers are on fire and you know what it feels like, but fatigue will hit them eventually, and by the time Grand Finals roll around, if they can keep that going. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
LG have got a big S&D coming up, and I think all the LG fans in the room know exactly what I'm talking about when I say they're no slouches on Search and Destroy.
Most definitely not. Red Reserve, great S&D team. Luminosity, they bully teams. They literally bully teams. We talk about Forest, how they make B-bomb site theirs, whether it's defense or offense. We have seen flaws. We have seen, obviously, the cracks in the defense of Luminosity. However, they're down in the series. Obviously, they've just come off a tough loss. And this is the storyline of Red Reserve. Red Reserve got handed a big fat green wall. And that green wall was off a 3-0 loss. Now they've been handed Luminosity, who's just been beaten by Rise. Red Reserve have just come off another Game 5 victory. It's 2 different camps. It's 2 sides of the scale. Like, you have to realize the kind of mental stage that goes into this. 250 to 167. I'm going to be pretty honest. I'm savage. That's a beating. That's not close. That's Luminosity getting beat that bad.
That's a whooping. That's a whooping where I come from.
Whooping.
A whooping. I think you're right, though, Phil. There's something to be said about being in the lower bracket and being on the run. Head's in a good place. Game's in a good place. If you're coming down from the winners, things are a little tough. And as you said, there's 2 ends of the different scale.
Yeah.
Where the guys are coming in from the lowers, are coming in from the uppers, rather, a little down on themselves, especially after a tough loss. And they haven't had a chance to rebound from that. And you're going up against a squad that's already so hot, so fired up, so full of adrenaline and hormones and whatever the hell else is flowing through these boys. And I can't wait to see if we can get LG back into this one, because that would be the turning point here in what could be an extremely exciting series. And if this isn't good enough for you, ladies and gentlemen, CWL Seattle's coming up on April 20th to the 22nd. Head over to mlg.com/CWL Seattle. Buy a ticket. We'll be there.
First time in Seattle, I've never been. Looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting for sure. And just the circuit in general. We've got Seattle, we've got Birmingham, we've got Anaheim. It's going to be epic. However, we're talking of epic. We're staying on St. Marie de Mont, and we're going to search and destroy Red Reserve and Luminosity. How will this pan out? Just having a look at the classes here. We've got some airborne SMGs for Red Reserve. 90 seconds on the clock. Let's kick things off with round number 1.
Our boy Ginger Joe kicking this one off. Smokes out towards A. Aggressive, very aggressive start. Josh trying to make his way through to the bomb site, but he's not going to be able to find it. JCap picks up an early kill. Joe up and a top through the window. Manages to find that first one. He will be traded out immediately. So now it's all 0 versus JCap and Slacked. 2 men alive for Luminosity, just the 1 for Red. With a minute left on the clock. 0 does have the bomb, though, and he's doing his best to sneak round. Oh, what a sneaky devil, but those footsteps are awfully loud. It's one way to start this. Back to a 1v1. Slacked versus 0.
The prediction.
He saw the gun. He knows exactly where he is now.
He's not only working for the round win, he's working for his streaks as well. To kick things off with a round win, a 3-kill streak, he's got the bomb. If he actually plants this and gets the kill... Oh, no. Spotted. Take your time, both players. You can see Slacked, he's dipped into B-bomb site, and this could be bad news for 0. No, they've spotted each other again. This time they're going to meet at the trope, but Slack's just running away.
I love it.
And you know what? I don't blame him. The reason why the time's ticking, He has the bomb, and Slack's now second-guessing himself, thinking, hang on, he could have gone to A. Well, guess what, Josiah? You're absolutely right, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
He's got Hunker on.
This is big, though. He's going to get info. That's all he needed to know. And that STG changes the battle now. He picked that off of a fallen comrade, putting it to good use. Zero, PPSH in hand. He needs to get a little closer to be really effective. 30 seconds on the clock.
Now who's running away? Back and forth. Zero's just playing the peekaboo game, and okay, you've shot me. I need to regain all my health. The question is, what is Slack gonna do? Look at that mini-map. He's on the bomb. He's going back and forth. He's diving left and right. He's picked it up, and Zero can see it. He's decided to get off it, and oh my goodness! The defuse came in, and Luminosity, and Slacked. Not even Luminosity. That is a clutch play. Zero. I honestly can't kind of question anything about that play. However, it was just the positioning of the bomb. Unfortunately for him, doesn't pick it up. He does need to pick up the kill.
I was so close to saying, oh, Zero's really got a hand on this. He knows the timing of the defuse. He's going to be able to make a smart play out of this one. Next thing you see is Slack skipping away from that bomb site with a pistol.
I thought he dropped it. I thought he dropped it with 15 seconds. I was like, oh, Slack's going for the kill.
It was all G, mate. Round 2 straight away into this one. Octane's going to pick up that first kill on Zero. Let me know bomb shenanigans in this one. From behind, Octane. One more shot and Joe's all it's going to take. That big Hail Mary nade may actually find it. As Joe backs up. Nah, not to be found. 3v3 at this point. And the boys of Luminosity on the offense. This is Rated coming in the back end of B-bomb. Let's see those bombs just outside of B site now. And the players of Luminosity are now rethinking this one because they may have a chance at A. But you need to watch out for Joe. This is the good player on your screen right now. He's rotated around the other side of the map, and he may just, if the timing is right, oh, he's going to spot all of them. One, oh, lovely shots. He could have waited and possibly got more than one, but still, not to let the opportunity slip, and nor will Josh. Now it's all on Octane in a 1v3 situation.
And they know exactly where he is. You can see the diversity that they've spread out here. Red Reserve, and the only thing going for Octane right now is he does have the bomb. He may be able to get the plant off, but there's one player creeping on up. It's none other than Josh. And now you see the 3 red arrows starting to pinch in. They know B's clear. Located and taken down. Red Reserve will get the first round for themselves. It's going to be all tied up here in the search and destroy 1-1. As it feels like very long rounds, Miles. These are very, very long rounds.
So they're long rounds. Octane in a tough spot. If he arms, he's in trouble. If he fights somebody, he's in trouble. Sitting it out, and he was getting really close to the end of the round there, so I think he was just trying to survive that one, but he was in a dangerous spot.
Yeah.
Trapped on all corners, like a rat. And they flushed him out and took care of him, and here we go. Offensive, excuse me. Offensive round now for the boys in Red Reserve.
I won't be surprised if it is aggressive, though. We can see here Josh is going to be taking the bomb because he's working towards those streaks, and it looks like we're going back to a standard push towards B. It looks like he may be hopping on the bomb, and the players up top, it's going to be Slacked, accompanied by John. Now, John's actually had a couple of slow starts to search and destroys. We saw him in USS Texas. At one point, he was 0-7. He pulled it back and got some clutch kills against Optic. Finds himself still here, so he's doing something right for sure. But the bomb is down, and Joe draws the first blood. Red Reserve, they're looking to close this round out very quickly. We talk about the slow rounds, Mile. This one could be done very quickly. Zero finds the second. And the third, and I'm not sure who found the fourth, but Red Reserve, they take Luminosity by surprise, and I want to see where Josh is up to. It was Josh who got the final kill. He is close.
This is the thing. Luminosity, there was like a gap in the surveillance. There was a blind spot where they couldn't catch those players coming into B, and within a moment, 3 of Red were in the B-bomb site. They got the arm down, and then all they had to do was watch those angles. They had Joe, I think it was, top left-hand corner, watching the back end. So if anybody came flanking through A, they'd have met Joe straight away. That was a very solid round from Red. They didn't have to do a whole lot to win that round. That was quite an easy round for them, and LG just put into an almost unwinnable situation for themselves. Okay, here we go again. They're going to do exactly what they just had done to them, which is push straight through to B. LG are almost there. They're inside now. Rated. He saw him. The shot's ringing out. They know they're there now.
The thing is, Josh needs 1 kill and he gets 2 streaks. Is the most important thing about this round. Right now, I think this round, favors Luminosity heavily, absolutely. Josh cannot die here. These streaks are so important on this map. It is... You don't throw this away. If it means lose the round, lose the round. But Josh waiting for the flank here. They're biding their time. They're waiting because Luminosity know exactly how close they are as well. No one for Luminosity really working towards streaks, but John is weak, and this could be the push that they're going to go for. Number 3 is Josh. And Josh is just waiting for the flank. Josh is the player right at the back. And look at Josh. He's actually running right to the back here. Luminosity should be able to clean up. And credit where credit's due. This has been a great push, a great attack here for LG, but uncontested, really.
Oh, they got 5 seconds to get away from the bomb site before it blows up. JCap gets sniped out of the air, and all of a sudden, John gets the revenge, and that's the bomb. Gonna detonate. And a round ends without everybody dying for once, which is quite a change of pace, and there we have it. Luminosity tying things up again. Luminosity get straight on the bomb site, get the bomb down, and then play defense on the site. Boys of Red not able to really get in there and make much of it. I appreciate the play from Zero, though, with Snipe, hoping to get something out of that, and you know, not necessarily having to go into those like shoulder peak battles that you have where John was doing such a good job of picking up the pieces. And again, no nades to finish those kills. That's where the Snipe comes in handy.
Now, does Josh just go for the plant here? Does he get everyone to just throw nades over, use his hunker, get that bomb down? Luminosity are too aware of that. They've got everyone around B. Ironically, if you would have gone to A, you may have got this bomb down, but here we go. Grenades flying high. Eyes are on Josh, and he's going to be the first one peeking in. I'm not sure about this. Zero's going to peek out, and he's going to be taken down. Now it's hesitation setting in as Cap has slowed down Red Reserve. Joe on the other side of things, he's going to be completely open. But that top window is a very pivotal part, and that's what can happen. Don't peek out too much. I think Josh is just going to be able to get the bomb down here, and that is going to reward him. A 2v4, though, the real thing here that I want to bring to light is more than likely this is a Luminosity round, but they've basically given maybe 2 rounds away almost for these streaks. You can't really say that on the flip side of things. I'm contradicting myself because Red Reserve have tried the offense at B, but Josh finds one. He's still working towards that 3rd and final streak. He's pushing out. Zero finds one, and now Zero for the 1v2. Can they gain the streaks? Can they also pick it up? Zero with the clutch! And that's what it's about, standing up fist bumps all round, and Red Reserve do pick up another round here. And not only pick up the round, they pick up the streaks. Miles, Josh, I believe, does not get that 3rd and final streak, but Zero. Finds Slacks. Awareness in his finest, the machine pistol. Beautiful stuff.
Whew. Streaks, man, streaks. That's the real reward of that round.
Okay. I'm wrong.
Full streaks. That's the reward. That's what they wanted. It's a long game. They're playing the investment. They'd lose 2 rounds out of that one. That was the only investment, and now they may be reaping the reward. Zero Snipe. Oh, Octane. Not to be found, but the Snipe, you got to respect the play. He's going to trying to make something happen of it. Low restaurant there. Josh making his way forward. Sneaking, creeping. There's a bomb now moving towards A. Oh, tags through the wall. Not to be found there, though. The bomb's almost made its way over. John's down. John's down from
He just shot him through the wall.
He did get it through the wall, and that's big enough. Zero unable to find anything with that Snipe. Oh, big kill from Slack there on Josh. You know what they say about that Snipe? If you don't hit, you must have quit. Put that sucker down. Get stuck in with something else, my friend. You see number 6 there on your screen. It's Octane. Last player alive now for Luminosity. In mid-street, behind that car. He's in a tough spot. Oh, Zero. Will he zero in on him? One can only assume, but again, the pressure being applied is huge because you can see those players in low restaurant. They're going to be able to flush him out. As soon as Zero gives them the information as to where he is, Octane's got to play this really slow. And that box is such a good defensive position to be in, and there you go. Another solid round from Red, 2 in a row now.
Strong plays from Red Reserve. A lot of people call these players, mainly rated, I'll be one to throw his name under the bus, delusional. People say he's delusional, he's very confident. He's kind of been very disappointed at the last, every event. If he doesn't win it, he's disappointed. End of story. And he's been waiting to prove himself. And right now, Red Reserve, they've not only solidified their best ever placement at a major, they're trying to go on and do even more. They're already 1-0 up in the series. They're 4-2 up in the Search and Destroy. They've got streaks in their back pocket. You're looking at this methodically, and you're thinking, Red Reserve, they should be able to close this S&D out.
Still streaks for Josh. 2 rounds to win it and go up 2-0 in the series. Can they do it? Fighter pilot above. This could be a biggie. And here it comes. Mountain for everyone. They've got no idea where they are. The smoke is obscuring his view, but Joe found them. Sniffs out JCap. And he may be killed in the background. And Zero. Oh, John, you savage. Big kill there. Now it's a 2v3. Luminosity with the manpower. The plane just would not leave the skies above us. That was that just wouldn't get out of there. Now it's a 2v2.
Yeah, Josh has found another kill. Bomb goes down, and suddenly it all changes. Slack does find the kill and raided through the wall. He found another, an Octane. He knew his location. This is a really obscure position. You're behind the bomb rated, and ladies and gentlemen, Reese Price turning up on the main stage there, aka rated. He's ready to rock and roll, and I'm not gonna lie, I was questioning his position, but he turns up, he delivers. And Red Reserve, they're 1 round away from securing this. They've already got streaks, which didn't really equal anything there, but They clutched up, and I believe that was a 2v3.
Every little helps. Luminosity could do with a little bit of something, because now they're on map point at 5-2. It's first to 6 here in Search and Destroy. Red teetering on the brink of victory here in the search. Rated, making his way towards the B-bomb. Big tags, Octane's hurt. That nade could finish him off. That was very fortunate, to be honest. And we've already got John down, so that's 3 for Luminosity up against the 4 players of Red Reserve. And they're now going to be able to outmaneuver them. This is a defensive round for Red, but they're so aggressive at this point. And again, the Mountain class has saved them from that glide bomb. Still, Josh has a glide bomb to work with and a mortar strike. So they're going to be able to put these players who are in this open field out into tremendous danger. And you can see the players of Red. 2 of them sitting by A, the other 2 watching the back streets and B. Josh winning the JCap battle 1v1, and Joe as well. What positioning? Joe, my word! Red Reserve, map number 2.
And there you have it. Final kill will go to Joe. And again, we talk about map 1. We said it wasn't close. It wasn't. Search and Destroy, it was a one-sided affair as Red Reserve dispatch again of Luminosity. However, I'm going to throw this out there, and yes, you can say jinx or whatever you like, but they did the exact same to Envy. Envy, they thrashed them in the CTF. They destroyed them in the second hard point. And Red had to clutch up in Game 5. Red Reserve, are they going to get a 3-0 sweep? The only team that they have 3-0'd today is Optic. Every other one has been 3-1 or 3-2.
Unbelievable scenes here. Red Reserve are 1 map away from eliminating Luminosity Gaming here at CWL Atlanta. The CTF is coming up next. You won't want to miss it. See you after the break.
I think Rise is the best team in the game right now. I think they showed that. They went 7-0.
Rise are looking the most dominant right now.
Probably say Rise is definitely the best team at the moment.
Flash is going to be dropped. Huke. TJ is getting the kills, and this could do it. He's going to get the return. That is another capture for Rise Nation.
Rise Nation has everything that you could ask for. They have S&D, they have their people that could kill.
If I was a fan, my favorite to win the event would have to be Luminosity or Rise at the moment.
Rise has been looking really good, or probably LG, one of the two.
Luminosity, you know, they've shown how consistent they are.
Us, Rise, and maybe LG.
LG looked vulnerable on Saturday. LG looking championship form today. There's a hot 3-0.
5-6 teams, I think we're in that tier of teams where like us, LG, Rise, Optic, Envy, whoever plays the best on Sunday will win the event.
I think this is one of those tournaments that like 4 to 5 teams can win it. It depends on who shows up this weekend.
You got other teams that are out there that are playing pretty well at the moment. You know, teams like Envy, you got Optic, but I just don't think they haven't found that right formula.
One of them is not TK. I think that TK, they're still a very strong team. The meta has changed. The game has changed, and I think that TK is not one of them.
What you gonna do? Fighter pilot coming through and they do it.
Your CWL Dallas, your CWL NOLA champions fall on their home ground. TK are eliminated at the CWL Atlanta Open.
I know a lot of people are favoring us just based off our performance at the league.
I think my teammates are the best players in the world. In their specific roles, they just outmatch everybody we play, and I think that a lot of this event's gonna have to do with me, and I think if I perform, we're winning the event.
As the bomb's going down, so is Huke. Rise Nation booked themselves a spot in the winner bracket final.
It's a run for the ages. Red Reserve have begun their championship bracket in the lowers, and here they are in the grand final, the lower bracket. 2 maps to their name. They need 1 more here against Luminosity. Miles and Momo here in the 3rd of what could be the final map of this series. LG certainly with their backs against the ropes here.
Yes, most definitely. They're 2-0 down. However, Red Reserve have been 2-0 up previously many times before. Pool play, they got swept by Envy. Previously, they just beat Envy in a game 5 after going 2-0 up. This series is most certainly not over. We see CTF is definitely a swing map. This is the case right here and right now. We know the sheer slaying power of Luminosity, and we know how Red Reserve can be hit and miss sometimes. But right now, today, Red Reserve have been on form. 22 maps and counting here. Can they close it out in 23? Will they go to the grand final for the first time? That is the question on a lot of people's mind. Luminosity, though, they have a lot of fans out there by all means. They need to get behind their squad. They need 3 back-to-back, Miles.
They can do it. Luminosity have reverse swept plenty of teams this competition so far. And let's face it, as soon as their reverse sweep begins, it usually comes to fruition. And here we have it. 2 data ready for Red Reserve. Luminosity driving forward. Here they come. They're angry, and they're blue. And they got 0, so that's a good start. They've got to take care of the 2 players now in the back of the base, and Slack gets with the flag. He's going to get stunned, but he is going to be able to make his way forward. Big kills from John. Can he find any more? Oh, peekaboo. There we have it. Joe and Ray go down. Josh, though, picks up the pieces and gets that flag back, so that is a bit of a save from Red.
And that's what I worried about with Red Reserve. We saw obviously going against Envy, and that is kind of how it panned out, but Envy just got flag after flag after flag, and I was like, okay, why are we playing London Docks again? They're clearly very confident on it. They want to play this map. It's what they feel comfortable on. Either that or not comfortable on the others. And we're going to see Red Reserve now on the attack. Joe hitting the stun grenade, and he's in, he's out, he's got the flag, and this time it's Raiden and Josh going to be giving them the cover. Josh finds one. Raiden should be able to find the others. Most definitely no streaks. And ladies and gentlemen, Red Reserve, you might be 2-0 up in the series. You've caught your first flag. It's looking good. There's a long time to go. We've got a packed house here in CWL Atlanta, and they're looking for a relay.
My God. Oh, my God. Could we see it? This won't be the first time we've seen the relays coming out here on London Docks. We've seen some ludicrous scorelines built off the back of plays like this. And you see the streaks on your screen there. Josh, once he nets that fighter pilot and that glide bomb, oh gosh, that could be the end for Luminosity here in the first round. That could be another 2 or 3 caps, and Octane may have just saved the game for his team on that play.
Yeah, they're going to stop the bleeding for now, but this is Joe in his prime position. This is a Joe, a Karma, anyone who kind of puts on that flank, he has that role, and he's the one that doesn't put it on the scoreboard sometimes. But look at that, he's chasing. No, it's not going to come off. Would have been a cheeky little stun grenade, but this time he's going to be running alongside Rated. Now, Rated, he's going to be taken out, and the flag's going to be pulled. However, if Joe can get across here, he may have to win a 1v1, and it's against Octane, my friend. I want to go back. I want to see it. Joe, you nasty! He finds one, and this could be home and dry. It's a 2v1 and make it a 3v1 at the home flag. It's all up to John. Dives it in. Red Reserve, they're 3-0 up. They're only 2.5 minutes into the game, and Red Reserve, the European squad, are feeling themselves down at the docks.
What am I seeing? Slacked has no kills. Joe's almost got streaks. It's 3-0, and it's still the first half. Maybe this is that weird, like, ultimate dimension that Higgs boson generator did create. I mean, what's going on here, man? Rated's making his way forward. We had 2 members of Luminosity on the flag, and Zero picked up both of them while Joe was running that flag home on his own, and he's back in there again, and he's got streaks. I mean, this is it. This is the beginning of the end.
Miles, this is not good. This is not good if you're an LG fan. This flag is going home and dry. They're getting streaks to put it in. Joe is going to be able to put that one in. The problem right now, streaks can be used offensively, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have it. Fighter Pilot raining on down is going to find another. The worry right now is if this starts to develop too much. We've got 2 minutes left on this side of the map. Red Reserve, there's going to be a lot of happy people right now, but climbing the ladders, John is going to be sent right back down.
Nothing seems to be going LG's way right now. The 1v1s, they're catching
Slack
them in really
hasn't got
bad
a kill.
positions. He's got no kills. You're having such bad luck at this stage, and Red are capitalizing on every single moment, and Slack's got to make something special happen here, but all LG need is one clean break. One little play to go their way, and then they're going to start being able to get caps. We know how dangerous they are as a team. I mean, they're lethal players. Slack is now getting back into this one, 1-9. John's going 10-7, and that's a flag pull. That's what they needed, but they've got to win these engagements. Slack wins the one on Rated. That's massive. Oh, but the flag runner was alone, and that's going to be a return, so it's all for naught. Glide bomb out. Won't find anything. 0, 0, 0 again and again and again, slowing those flags down.
Zero clutches up there and barrels. Joe's got 3 flags to his name already. Now pushing forward, Red Reserve on the offense once again. There's 60 seconds here, and Red Reserve are in that momentum. They're in their own little bubble right now. It doesn't matter who they play, when they play, or where they play. Red Reserve, and it's Rated now coming from behind. He should be able to find one. There it is. He's found the first, and no, he's going to be challenged. He's just found John. Mantling. Worst timing possible. Zero's going to be covering fire. There's no streaks in the favor of Luminosity. 30 seconds left. This is going to be 5-0. The question is it going to be 6?
Oh, it could well be. 0. Staying alive? Nah, not this time. 16-7 for Josh. He's about to hit the flank again. Rated dropping this glide bomb straight off spawn.
He's going to be another flag pull. Luminosity are down at the docks, and Josh is going to be running top map. Rated's got the SMG. He's got streaks to his name. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. I said it could be 6. This is... What is happening?
We're going to have to see what happens in the second half. I'm going to write this one off as a pretty brutal start to this game. This is unprecedented, Momo. Where is Luminosity?
I'm just turning to... Yep, they're still on the stage.
There are 4 guys up there? What is going on, man? This is a massacre.
This is... this was it kind of sums the map up. Slack goes 0-9. Those things right there, the mantle, like that's a kill where if he pre-aims, he gets the kill, he returns the flag. It seems to be time and time again. You can see the faces of Luminosity right now. Slack's almost shaking his head. Is it out of reach? Is it too much? LG, have they caught more than 6 flags on a side of CTF London Docks? Yes. Are they going to be able to do it against a Red Reserve full of score streaks? I don't know.
Momo, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Luminosity can do this. They can pull this one out. They can do this. They're going to put on a show here for the crowd at Atlanta. And for you watching at home, Octane's going to start us off with Rated. Get the kill. They don't have streaks to work with, but, man, this is COD World War II. Anything can happen. Octane continuing to spray his way through this one, and Slacked is going to be the last player alive now for his team. That nade is going to do big work, killing Josh, and again, that Mortar Strike is about to find its home. That's going to do a lot of damage. You can see it landing straight on top of the flag. Zero in a prime position there to catch that player from behind, and Slack was going to be brought down. Joe's making his way into his base, full streaked again. Kind of just ran into that gun there.
He was too busy checking out his gun to even know what's going on. I think he's a little bit too into it there, but Rated finds Octane, and the way he finds him and where he finds him is important. The question is, and the fact that I want to bring up, Miles, is we're now 60 seconds into this round, and it's still all been Red Reserve in the offense. The flag is never in back. This is the first time right now where the flag may come out, but again, Joe takes down Cap, takes down John. Slack still 4-16, but right now we've seen Zero have some star-studded games. We've seen Rated put on a performance. Josh is honestly going on a tear. He's 19-9. He's absolutely slaying out his hard and more score streaks. There's so many score streaks still to come. That's the worry. That's the problem right now.
Yeah, it's not like they're running out of any ordnance this anytime soon. Octane, last player alive, out in the back spawn of his base. Zero's now just making sure that no one's anywhere, forcing the spawns, so they're all going to be appearing in that back right corner. Josh pushing forward, he's making his way down low, and this is what Red do so well. Between Josh and Joe, Joe has the best flanks I have ever seen. The most perfectly timed flanks, and Josh is now taking a page out of his book. Flag's been grabbed, kills are being made in mid-map because the trust is there. They know that Red are going to be picking up those kills, and Josh, this is a complete stealth cap. He hasn't been seen, he hasn't been shot, no one is within an arm's reach of getting him, and this is going to be the 7 to the back of the net. Red Reserve, they're so strong. I just don't understand how how anyone could do anything against this right now. Luminosity, this is not the team that I know and love, and I pegged these guys to win the entire event.
I did. I had Luminosity winning the game. They're 7-0 down in a CTF. Just bear in mind that Red Reserve got literally handed to on this map and this mode against Envy. That 5 minutes has now halved. That score has increased. Red Reserve are looking to shut Luminosity Gaming down in 3 maps. The only other team that they've done it to is Optic, but we go through today, and it has been an absolute clinic for Red Reserve.
22-11 for Josh, with 2 caps. Plenty of ordnance to work with. Rated fighter pilot. Joe's got a fighter pilot. There's just nothing that Luminosity can seemingly do at this point. They're losing every single engagement. The one-on-ones are not going their way. They're being outmaneuvered, outpositioned, but this is a chance.
And the crazy thing is, you know, they're being outslayed by all means by around 15 kills here. That shouldn't equal seven flags. And again, flag's going to be returned here. We're going to see Rated. Well, I thought Rated was going to jump on it. He will do. It's maybe going to be a delayed one. So that's going to be.
He's probably feeding someone streaks right now. I mean, the chances are there's another glide bomb with Luminosity's name on it. And Rated doing in the mid. Pushing his way through.
Whoa.
Easy.
Tactical.
Son.
It's tactical. It was.
Whoa. He's giving him the bag and everything. It's a family show. Come on, man. Keep it in the game.
Just making sure, I think. Just making sure. Joe raining on down. Half my cast has been looking over fighter pilots and glide bombs. Josh still rocking the 2.0 KD at 24 and 13. As 60 seconds starts to gloom, Luminosity Gaming looks like they'll be securing a top 3 finish, but Red Reserve, they're looking to find themselves in a grand final of a major, Miles.
Not like this. Not like this. If you Luminosity, you've got 1 minute to capture 7 flags to tie things up. I mean, really, look at this. Raid has just been chasing Slacked around, and he gets turned on, and that stings. But that's not 7 caps. I mean, it's just not enough.
Who cares?
It's just not enough. I mean, this has been an astonishing display. If anything, I'm just disappointed we didn't get to go to a Game 4 film. I mean, the plays are happening for Luminosity, but at every corner, Red have been there. They've thwarted every attempt at flag, every pull, every engagement has gone their way. Red Reserve have put on a real show for us.
Red Reserve rated Josh, Zero, and Joe. They woke up this morning to face Ghost Gaming, 3-1. FaZe Clan, 3-1. Team Caliber, 3-1. Optic Gaming, 3-0. Envious, 3-2. Luminosity, it's looking like a hot 3-0. Rise Nation, we're waiting for you. That is Red Reserve. However, Rise Nation have looked impeccable. As the time ticks away, Miles, Red Reserve have done the unthinkable. It's all over.
That's it. Cinderella's going to the ball. The slipper fits all the way from the lower bracket into the grand final. Red Reserve, the unthinkable.
Some say delusional, some say confidence, some say something in between, but one